Good morning, brothers and sisters. Congratulations! Today is Holy Thursday. Is the day, the feast of the Last Supper of the Lord. Very important feast for us Christians. We celebrate the institution of the Eucharist. We celebrate also priesthood. It's a day of charity and fraternal brotherly love. You will love one each other as I have loved you. We have celebrated in the past in the church. Today, well, in these special circumstances, I am still here in Madrid in confinement. You may be also in the same circumstances in your houses, in Laayoune, or wherever you are. Nevertheless, in this special Holy Week, let us say a few words to help us live deeply in spirit and in truth this festivity and the meaning of what we are celebrating. Dear brothers and sisters, today on this Holy Thursday there are two rites that we won't be able to celebrate together, two gestures of Jesus. These are the breaking of the bread and the washing of the feet. Both are very dear and important for us. By washing the feet of the disciples, Jesus explains the meaning of his entire life. This is what God has been doing from the very beginning, since creation. Love and serve. Jesus himself, from the very beginning, when he came to life, his birth, his gospel, the message, his life, his entire life, all the signs, miracles he performed, his last supper, the bread, his passion and death on the cross, his resurrection, everything has been service and love. And by breaking the bread and offering to the disciples, to us Christians, he's explaining what will happen soon afterwards, hanging on the cross. Literally, Jesus broke his body. His body was broken, like the bread, broken to nourish and give life. The meaning of his cross, he breaks himself to give life. Love, service, and life. That's why when we eat this bread, his body, we become one with him and one with all our neighbors, our brothers and sisters. That's why we call this sacrament Holy Communion. So I think we have three words we need to remember and live intensely. These are service, love, and communion. We need to live them. We need to live them in spirit and in truth. So how to live these three realities of Christian life? They are in the basics. It is the heart of our Christian life. How to live communion and keep communion with God without going to church, prayer indeed. With our families, with our brothers and sisters, with the priests, live communion with them, and especially with the poor. And so how to better love, how to love better our brothers and sisters, our neighbor, indeed God, but also, again, poor people, those who are suffering the most, the hardest part of the crisis. How to serve like Jesus, how to live like him, service. And I think it is very clear, love is bold and creative. There is a saying, where there is a will, there is a way. We might change it and say, and I think it's more true even, where there is love, there is a way. Where there is love, there is a way to reach out. Who are suffering the worst part of this crisis? Who are the poor, who are in need, who are the most abandoned? And how to get to them, how to reach out. bold and creative. I know I cannot go out, I cannot get out of my house, I need to stick inside, but never become isolated. That would be death of Christian's life and human existence. We cannot become isolated, far from people. Even if physically we are in our houses, there is always a way and ways to get out, to reach out to people, ways to live communion, ways to love, ways to serve. So that's the message. That's the message. Think how to be creative, how to be bold, how to love, serve, and be in communion with God in these conditions, with our church, with the priests, with our brothers and sisters. Are you okay? Are you fine? Do you need help? I prayed for you. Just stay in touch, keep in touch with people, our families, wherever they are, but never forget the poor and the most abandoned. In these days, people are suffering a lot, and charity work, even if we are to be bold because we don't know how to do that, at least keep your mind, keep them, the poor, in your mind. God bless you. Have a very nice Holy Thursday. We are one in prayer. We are united in our prayer.